We good to go?
It feels like the perfect night for Swiftcast, a Taylor Swift podcast by the fans for the fans.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 17 of Swiftcast. This is Nate. Yay! This is Nate.
Ashley.
And Bill.
Haley couldn't make it today. Yeah, she's working today.
We miss her.
She's working a 10-hour shift, poor girl. And also, guys, we hate to break this to you, but Emily, she was intending on making this episode as being her last episode because she's actually moving to Florida to work for Disney World. So that's kind of cool. So she was going to be on and have this be kind of her last goodbye episode, but she's just having a crazy day and really couldn't make recording today. So unfortunately, I guess I don't think she's going to be on anymore. So if you guys want to say goodbye to her or keep in contact with her, her Twitter is a brand new dress. So we still heart her and we will miss her. Maybe she'll come back someday for like a guest hosty episode in the future when she has time, you know.
That'd be cool. Good luck, Emily.
Cool. Yeah. So everybody go tweet her goodbye and good luck and have fun and stuff and stay in contact if you want to.
All right. So just a reminder that if you hit the subscribe button on our page on iTunes, every time that we publish a new episode, it will automatically download for you. So it just eliminates any sort of need for you guys to manually just like download every single time. So just hit the subscribe button, and you don't have to worry about like keeping a lookout. So
makes your life easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Just looking out for you.
The way Swiftcasters do.
So just a reminder to you guys, we said last week, and we just announced this, we now have a store. Yay!
Whoa!
So we got all kinds of cool stuff on there, actually. We have, we got t-shirts, we got messenger bags, wall decals, stickers, like all kinds of stuff. Lots with various witty Taylor-related sayings on it. So you guys should definitely check it out. We'll be constantly adding new things on there. Basically, if you go on there, if you buy something, even something small, basically making any sort of purchase helps us to continue for us to bring Swiftcast to you free on iTunes. So, it's a great way to help support us. And I mean, because these things do cost money. So, any sort of help that you guys would be willing to give, I mean, that'd be great. I mean, we have some cool stuff.
Plus, you get something really cool, unique Taylor merch.
Absolutely.
You can like bring to shows and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Especially that Grammy shirt. I think that's a really cool one. So.
I like it.
And also, if you have any like product suggestions or anything for it too, you can just feel free to let us know. So if you want to check out the store, it's at www.cafepress.com/swiftcaststuff.
Do it.
All right. So let's talk about some Red shows. All right, Ashley, you wanna kick us off?
Yes. So as a change from all the stadium shows Taylor has had lately, she had 3 arena shows over the past few days. On August 1st, she was in Des Moines, Iowa, and the wildcard song was Ours. And
so cute.
On August 2nd and 3rd, she was in Kansas City. On the 2nd, the wildcard song was Stay, 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 which she performed acoustically, throwing us off even more.
That really threw me for a loop, actually. I did not see that coming.
I wondered for a brief second if she was going to take the wildcard song out and just play Stay, Stay, Stay acoustically, repeatedly, but then she didn't, so.
Did she? I haven't seen the video of it yet. Does anyone know if she gave any explanation why she chose to play it acoustically that night?
No, but it's really cute. It's definitely a different experience of the song. Hearing it acoustically, I liked it.
I was searching all over for a full-length video, and I was only finding little clips. So if anyone has a good full video, send us the link.
I got lucky and heard it on a concert call.
I'm jealous.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I love you.
And so, anyway, then on August 3rd, last night, the wildcard song was Our Song, and Abigail was at the show, which was really exciting.
Hey, Abigail!
Really cool.
I'm really sad that I haven't seen any pictures of them, though.
I know! I've been, searching for, an hour, and I'm a sad panda, because I cannot find, new Abigail pictures, and I want them, because they're so adorable.
You know they took pictures. I'm sure one of them will tweet something eventually.
There were a bunch of, Abigail fan pictures. But,
yeah. And Grant's tweet was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one, yeah.
Some of you may have heard about the not-so-nice protesters from the Westboro Baptist Church who were protesting outside the show. And Grant said, Kansas City, I can already tell you that tonight's show is extra awesome because Abigail, is here, and there's no protesting about that.
Yeah, a lot of the band and dancers had a few remarks to make about the protesters.
Yeah,
Ed
I
had a
really
pretty good
like
one.
Amos's tweet. He said, "Personally, I'm honored to play for an artist that the sociopaths at Westboro feel the need to protest."
Oh god, I absolutely died when I read that. I was like, you are my new favorite person ever. Congratulations.
I just I feel so bad for Taylor. I mean, I'm sure she already was aware that they were planning it because I've been hearing about that for a while, but still, it can't
Yeah.
be easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never easy being the target of a hate group, no matter what the situation is. Like, and you can tell yourself, all the things that you know, which is, these people don't know what they're talking about, these people are just trying to bug me, and all this stuff is, stuff that you know, but at the same time, it's not what they say, but it's just the fact that someone would go out of your way to purposely try and hurt your feelings, and that's what's hurtful,
Well,
It's not what they say, it's more just the behavior of it. So, but she had a ton of people being there supporting her, so.
I think Ed Sheeran tweeted something about them too.
He did.
He said,
It was a good one.
keep your homophobic views to yourself. It's 2013.
This was 2013. Yeah.
Well said.
Well said. So, as hard as that probably was for Taylor, there was a lot of people in her corner for her, so.
I think she is okay.
I mean, she had her family, her band, her dancers, and, several thousand fans.
So moving on to the upcoming shows this week. On August 6th, Taylor will be in Wichita, Kansas, and Haley will be there.
Yay!
Woohoo!
That's the one that she's bringing. Is that the one that she's bringing her daughter to?
Yeah, she's taking Carly for her 5th birthday.
So cute.
Haley, bring us pictures.
Oh, I know she will. She's been planning her outfit for 6 months.
Her kid is ridiculously cute.
So there'll be that one. That'll be Haley's 4th, I believe, Red Show. Yeah. So she'll be telling us all about it. And then the next day, Taylor will be in Tulsa. And then next Saturday, August 10th, she'll be here in my hometown for the Chicago show at Soldier Field. Yay!
Right.
I'm so excited. I get so excited every time I see her. I don't care that it's going to be my 7th time seeing this tour. I'm so excited.
I feel that same way.
Especially since she hasn't been back to Chicago since, obviously, Speak Now. And it's kind of cool because the show is actually on the same exact date that the last Speak Now Chicago show was. And it's also, I think, the last stadium of the tour, so it's exciting for a lot of reasons, and I'm very excited.
It's the last stadium. That's prime target for guest appearance.
I know, but I never get one. I'm cursed. I never get any special guests. It makes me so sad.
Maybe you will.
I really hope so. I don't know who it could be, but it seems...
Well, we'll definitely get some in Nashville.
Yeah, that's true. But I just want her to bring one to Chicago, because she never has.
That would be cool.
Anyway.
Who's from Chicago?
Well, Fall Out Boy, but that already happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because for Speak Now, when she was covering artists from each city, she one night covered Fall Out Boy, and the other night covered Cheap Trick.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we all know, well, at least I know, Scott Borchetta is a huge fan of Cheap Trick, so that would be kind of interesting if she had them.
That would be interesting. I mean, and they're, a very classic band. They've been around for quite a while. I remember when I was a little kid, we used to be dancing around to I Want You to Want Me.
Yeah, that was what she covered. But it seems like she's not really, with the exception of B.O.B. in Atlanta, she hasn't really been having artists come appear in the city that they're necessarily from. So it really could be anybody if she does have one.
It is a mystery.
But I'm excited to find out. So we'll have lots of concert updates for you guys next week.
So now it's time for...
Keeping
Up with Swift.
Woohoo! Woo! So just another reminder that the Teen Choice Awards are coming up very quickly here on August 11th. We're recording this on Sunday, August 4th. So they are just right around the corner. Just a week away, yep. And Taylor is nominated for Choice Female Artist, Choice Country Artist, Choice Smile, so cute, Choice Country Song for We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, Choice Single Female Artist for I Knew You Were Trouble, and Choice Breakup Song for We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. And also, my other personal favorite is Choice Summer Tour. There's no possible way she cannot win that.
If anybody has any sense, she will win.
It's like
if she does not win, I am moving out of the United States of America. Goodbye, cruel world. No, so basically what you can do is if you are a teen and you want to vote, you want to go to teenchoiceawards.com cast your vote for Taylor. Let's get her some awesome surfboards that she can turn into paddleboards. And then she can paddleboard on her Teen Choice Awards, because that would be kind of cool. Or, just a thought. just a little thought. How do they float? Anyway. Moving on. Nate, why don't you kick us off with some VMAs?
I'll just let you go for a little while. Alright, so anyway.
Someone
VMA
needs to stop me when I start doing that.
Alright, so VMA Awards, those are coming up. Now Taylor is nominated for 2 VMAs. She's nominated for Video of the Year and Best Female Video of the Year also. These are both for I Knew You Were Trouble. And you guys obviously can vote as many times as you can, as many times as you want. I encourage you guys to get out there and definitely do it. You can just spam click the vote button. As you know, Taylor has been retweeting fans who have been helping her out, who have been tweeting about it. So if you get on there, hey, who knows? Taylor might retweet you. So you can go to www.mtv.com/ONTV/VMA/ to vote. So,
or you can just go to mtv.com and there's a big button right in the middle of the screen.
Absolutely.
that too. That helps you if you have if you don't have the best auditory memorization skills.
So, if you stay tuned for later in the episode, we'll have a special exclusive incentive for you guys to vote your butts off for Taylor. So,
spoiler alert.
Yes, we have a mystery announcement to make. Spoilers.
So, something kind of cool happened this past week. There was a little boy named CJ who Taylor met during her meet and greet before the show at Foxborough and Gillette Stadium, and apparently she found him to be quote-unquote delightfully outgoing, and she decided to hand paint a guitar for him and send it to him.
That is really cool.
This is the kind of stuff I love hearing about, because this is the kind of stuff that, Taylor does, not for press, not for publication, but because she just genuinely likes doing stuff like this for people.
She likes making people happy, and she never gets tired of doing things for her fans.
Yeah, she likes making people happy, and she likes, appreciating when other people make her happy. She was talking, I guess this boy is the son of, somebody from a radio station. So I guess she spent, a good part of almost an hour backstage just hanging out with this little 7-year-old boy. And she's just he was just great. He had such a great personality and really made me happy, so I painted him a guitar, That is Taylor being Taylor 100%, and that's the kind of stuff that, makes me appreciate her so much.
Love hearing about anything like that.
Yeah, where did she find the time to just paint a guitar? She's pretty busy.
Exactly.
I literally can't even imagine.
It's
I feel
day,
my life gets kind of busy, and I have a lot less of a life than she does. I don't know where she finds the time to do anything, but somehow she does, and that's what's really cool.
Yeah, I guess she gave him the guitar and 5 Lego play sets, and she wrote this nice little personal note, which was actually very sweet. So,
speaking of Taylor doing stuff and articles and whatnot, there was a new Rolling Stone interview that came out with Taylor. I guess it was conducted during one of the MetLife shows backstage. And they were just kind of asking her questions about the tour and stuff like that. And a couple of the highlights of the article that I liked were, I guess somebody had assumed that some of the images on the boards and stuff like that was blood. And Taylor was just I'm not that dark. It's not supposed to be violent. It was kind of funny. We had assumed that, and then she was just trying to explain that she tries to make her tours very different from other tours, and sort of they all, as I think she described it when I was reading the article, as in different universes. She's the Speak Now tour was sort of its theme was taking place in sort of almost like a fantasy land, and she's and I was thinking downtown theatric New York City for this tour.
It suits it too. It's a good description.
I agree.
Yeah, I fully agree. So I just thought that was kind of cool how she was just talking about what inspired this tour and what makes it different and what makes her different, instead of repeating kind of the same things repeatedly. She just emphasized in the article that she's always trying to grow and change as a performer and not put on the same show twice or put out the same album twice. And she actually did mention something about her 5th album, and she was just the only thing that I can tell you about my 5th album is it's not going to be like my other albums, just like Red wasn't like Speak Now. She's I want to be inspired by different things for my different albums. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of a cool. It's definitely a good read if you just want to go look it up online or something. It's a good interview.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely some cool stuff.
All right, now we're going to have a word from our affiliate Jamie over at TaylorSwiftCloset.com with this week's fashion update.
Hey everyone, this is Jamie from TaylorSwiftCloset.com with your weekly fashion update. And today I'm going to talk about some of Taylor's summer outfits she's worn recently and that are still available for you to buy online. We really haven't seen too much of Taylor other than on her tour, but she has done a couple of interviews and has been spotted around her new house in Rhode Island a lot, so we did find a few outfits for us to cover today. So I'm going to start with my personal favorite, and this is actually the dress that she wore when she attended Club Red at her Foxborough show on July 27th and did the backstage Good Morning America interview with Carly Simon that I think the Swiftcast host discussed in last week's episode. And she wore this adorable blue and white gingham printed dress with this really retro silhouette, and it had a small triangle cutout and bow on the bodice for detailing. It's called Enza's Hottie Mini Dress, and you can buy it from their website for $158. The majority of the people on our website also voted this as Taylor's best outfit of July. I also wanted to talk about some of the outfits she wore in her 4th of July blog photo shoot that she did with her band members and dancers, because I also really like those as well. In one of the pictures, she wore a Nanette Lepore cherry-printed high-waisted bikini that I got tons of requests for when those photos came out to find. And you actually buy the tops and bottoms of this bikini separately, so that if you're not tall like Taylor and think you can pull off high-waisted big swimsuit bottoms like I know I can't, then you can just buy the tops and mix and match bottoms to get it how you want. And although this bikini is sold out on the Nanette Lepore website, you can find tons of them on eBay. We have links on our website, and depending on your size and availability, you can buy it anywhere from $45 to $100. And in another photo, she's wearing the same swimsuit, but with a blue circle skirt that she got from Urban Outfitters. And this is a photo where she's posing with Caitlin and all the American flags. And this Urban Outfitters Luca Chambray skirt. And they have unfortunately sold out of the blue color Taylor wore, but you can still pick up the same exact skirt in different colors and prints. And they've recently gone on sale for around $30 or less. And the last outfit we're going to talk about today is another one of her Club Red dresses. This one was after her East Rutherford show in New Jersey on July 13th, and she wore a Marc by Marc Jacobs dotty dress. And it's just a simple fit and flare white dress with black dots, very dainty, very classic. It's been marked down to half price to about $150, which isn't that cheap, but for a quality company like Marc Jacobs, it's also designer, it's not too bad. And those are just some of Taylor's outfits this summer that I remembered getting a lot of requests for that you guys wanted me to find. If you have any requests on outfits you'd like us to find, we have a request button on our website. Or you can tweet us at @SwiftsCloset on Twitter, and I'll be sure to talk about them on next week's episode. And speaking of next week's episode, we'll definitely be bringing you all the insider information on what Taylor's wearing at the Teen Choice Awards that will be going on next Sunday. And I'm super excited to see what she chooses since the TCAs are usually casual. And I love it because it's different than all the other red carpet events. I hope all you Swifties are voting out there. Be sure to check out our website for all the links to the clothes I talked about today, plus hundreds more. Again, this is Jamie from TaylorSwiftCloset.com reporting for Swiftcast, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, cool. Thanks, Jamie. All right, so moving on, time for mini segments.
Yay!
Love this part. All right, so our first one comes from Starlight22 on Taylor Connect, and this is her Swiftie bucket list. And this is actually kind of a long one here. So anyway, the first one is she wants to wear all of her Taylor merch in one day, go to another concert, walk around by Hendersonville High, go to the Bluebird Cafe, buy nail polish specifically for 13s, know every word to every Taylor song in existence, which is pretty ambitious, and to see, quote, Taylor Allison Swift standing in front of me, talking to me. That's a good bucket list.
It was. I've done some of those things.
Ditto.
I've been to the Bluebird Cafe, and I've bought nail polish specifically for 13s. I have not worn all of my Taylor merch in one day. I don't think I could wear the 50 or so shirts that I have in one day.
Okay, dude. Maybe. Oh, that's a good Club Red idea. Just have like 600 Taylor T-shirts on.
Just like keep like peeling them off like after each song.
Exactly.
Oh my god! But then you'd walk in and you'd look like a sumo wrestler,
That's okay.
You probably think you were like smuggling something in under your shirt.
right? Because you would just walk in like you'd
Probably
have to
could.
waddle.
It's like-
You'd maybe have so many shirts on.
Probably bring in those bottles of water they won't let anyone bring in.
This next one is from Dabam Adil. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. I don't know. On Taylor Connect. I want to compose a piece based on one or more Taylor Swift songs. A pastiche, sort of. So, interesting. That'd be kind of cool.
Be interesting to see how that turned out.
Yeah.
Our next one is from @TaysKisses on Twitter. I don't have any Taylor Swift merch yet. Swifty problems.
Well, there's a solution for that. Enter our contests.
Ooh, there you go. All right, our next one comes from @TedForeverAndAlways on Twitter, and they say #It feels like the perfect night for trending. #We love you, Taylor.
Aw. And that was submitted, I think, last night, when, that concert was going on and the protesters and everything, so. We love you, Taylor.
We do. Okay, our next one is from Belle. Hey, Belle.
Hi.
Not being able to be at every show and getting serious bread withdrawal in between shows. Swifty problems.
As happy as I am for everyone going to all these shows, every time I hear about something cool happening at a show I was not at, I get sad.
My PCB
So,
gets
sorry.
cured whenever I buy more tickets for other shows.
Right?
So after Nashville, I'm just going to be a wreck.
Alright, our next one comes from 13_SwiftFan_13 on Twitter. It feels like the perfect night to be on Twitter and obsess over Taylor.
Nice. I think you nailed it there.
Nice. I see what you did there.
All right. Our next one comes from KitKat_Swifty on Taylor Connect. And her Swifty bucket list says to have Taylor retweet anything that I tweet about her.
Could happen.
Vote. Tweet.
Our last one for today comes from Natalia Trevino on Taylor Connect, and she has several Swifty bucket list items. Number 1, meet Taylor. Number 2, get floor seats at her concert. Number 3, be in the pit. And number 4, visit Nashville.
Those are pretty practical ones. I think she can knock those out.
I think so.
You can do it.
All right. Thanks to everyone who submitted this week. If we haven't gotten to yours, we have this huge archive of all the submissions that we've gotten. So if you haven't heard yours, don't get discouraged. We'll probably save it for a future episode. So if you'd like to send any in, you can reach us through pretty much anything. So we'll get to that a little later.
Basically
Pretty much
anything.
If you can remember Swiftcast 13, you'll find us.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you have a computer, you can reach us.
If you have a phone with the internet, or an
There you go.
iPad, or
Mm-hmm.
any means whatsoever on getting a hold of any social networking site, Swiftcast 13.
All right. So moving on, we're going to start on our main discussion for this week. There was... Oh, actually, Belle, why don't you kick us off?
Oh, sure. Okay, just hand the reins to me. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
there you go.
So we found this, actually Ashley found this article, and it was from this really random, interesting website, since we're females especially, called mancave.com. And but it had a very
website.
interesting kind of approach. It was talking about how Taylor sings about being typically 22 and says and makes statements like I've always tried to be the age I've been and kind of be as normal as I can, age appropriate for herself and everything. And the article was talking about how Taylor's typical age appropriate life style is very different from the average age appropriate lifestyle because of her career and everything. So I thought that was just kind of an interesting thing to bring up about how all the stuff that she gets to do with her age and how she tries to be age appropriate, how it is different in a lot of ways than things that we've experienced. For example, when I was 22, I was trying to finish college and I was eating macaroni and cheese every day,
Mm-hmm.
And just things like that, I guess. That's just it's just interesting to, I guess, put in perspective, her life versus, the average age, because she really does try to make an effort to say, I try to behave as much as I can, like I am age appropriate. She's like, I wasn't trying to be 23 when I was 18, and I'm not trying to be 18 now that I'm 23. And, she tries very hard to be what she feels is age appropriate. But I think some people would have more of a difficult time relating to that than others because our experiences of being that age are vastly different.
But at the same time, I mean, I kind of got the vibe that he was kind of criticizing her almost for it, and which I don't really necessarily agree with. But at the same time, like, he kind of like holds Taylor on this pedestal almost. But like, I know that like when I was 22, I'm sure it was still very different from somebody over in like Eastern Europe or something like that, even just like cross culturally, like, 22-year-old over there, I'm sure experiences something very different. I mean, I think just the fact that she's very successful and that she has, sure, she has millions of dollars to her name or whatever, but that shouldn't necessarily like be a detriment, I guess, to what she would experience as being 22. I mean, she's 22. She was 22. She feels the same things. She still would approach the same things the same way, like as somebody in our age group would. So, I mean, I think anyone given the circumstances, put in her shoes, would probably act very similarly. So
I think basically the main thing he said kind of towards the end was that, obviously she doesn't know what it's like to be a 22-year-old, struggling to pay bills and finishing college. That wasn't her experience. But, like, considering that she does have, all this success and all this money, considering that, she still tries to stay as grounded as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she does, obviously, a really good job of that.
She does a very good job of that, yeah.
I also think what people need to keep in mind is, like, one of those things when you can't look at her situation and assume, as she has said herself, it's not always ponies and rainbows.
Mm-hmm,
I mean,
absolutely.
yes, she's very successful in ways that, like, we have not experienced, especially, at being her age. But, like, that with all that success and responsibility comes an incredible amount of pressure. Like, she might not know what it's like to struggle financially, but I will never know what it's like to have the entire world constantly criticizing every single move I make.
Right, exactly.
Like, she has her own set of pressures that are affecting her daily life. It's not like every single day of her life is peaches. It's not. She has a lot to deal with and a lot of responsibility, and she has said herself that every decision that she makes, she keeps, the public and her fans in mind. And that's just an incredibly, like, she puts a lot of pressure on herself, I think, to be a role model. And don't get me wrong, that is in no way, shape, or form a diss. Like, I think it's amazing that she does that, but I just can imagine that it's a lot of pressure on her. And so I think, like, people, it's fine to sit there, it's fine to say, yeah, she will never know what it's like to be me, but we will never know what it's like to be her.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, and they both have, our different kinds of struggles and pressures, even if they're not the same struggles and pressures.
Absolutely.
And that's something that we can relate to and have in common with her, even if our experiences are different.
Mm-hmm. So just to, like, drive my point home, even though, too, like, I feel like anybody in, like, any one of us, say, in her shoes, like, at the same age or anything like that, well, I would hope would do things very similarly to what she's doing. I mean, if she was in our shoes, I imagine she would, act very similarly. I wouldn't say that the millions of dollars really would tarnish, I guess, her view on life or anything like that, as the article kind of seems to, I guess, put on her.
Well, and then one thing that he said in this article was, this is a direct quote, he said, he's talking about the lyrics of 22, and he said, "As for the deadlines she refers to not worrying about, those are very much likely not the finals I was thinking about studying for when I was 22. Okay, maybe not, but she obviously has lots of deadlines of her own.
I think that's kind of like the magic behind the lyrics. I mean, that's why they're relatable. I mean, we all have our different deadlines. I think he kind of missed that in the article, so I don't know.
I mean, it just reminds me of, like, CMA Fest 2012, when Ashley and I were at the Scott Borsetta's Q&A, and he's like, Taylor's not here because she basically is, like, crunching on her deadline to finish this album, and she needs to finish her homework.
And I'm sure she's been worrying about album 5 since album 4 came out.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, she's a detailed perfectionist who doesn't let other people do her stuff for her. She controls everything that she can, and that takes an incredible amount of time and pressure, I'm sure.
So I'm pretty sure she knows what it's like to worry about deadlines.
Yeah.
I guess I just kind of missed the main point he was trying to drive home. I don't know. I don't think
he really had a point.
Yeah, it was...
I kind of think he was just whining about his life.
Like, it's interesting to think about. I mean, to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, but yeah, to kind of whine about, I mean, obviously she's very successful. She got herself there on her own. I mean, that's her life. I mean, you can't judge her on that. I don't know, which is kind of what the vibe of the article felt like. So,
well, towards the end, here's another quote from it. He says, "Once you get to that level of celebrity, it's hard to stay grounded, and from all her philanthropic work, she still seems like a decently nice person, so that's amazing. She just won't have any of the crappy experiences most people have around that age that get them used to things like landlords never cleaning up the mold in your apartment, or throwing the last of your money towards some cheap groceries to stay alive while you're broke for the next 2 weeks." And then he said, "These experiences mold us into problem-solving adults, so they're fantastic to have. But if she can get through life not having to deal with most of that stuff and still staying at least a little grounded, then more power to her."
Okay, hold on. We're gonna stop the bus for a quick second here.
Mhm.
Once again, he's basically saying that because she's never had to struggle financially means that she has no idea what it's like to, like, basically be grounded and to learn your lessons. And
Mhm.
let me tell you something. Like, there are some people that are born and raised with a silver spoon in their mouth that don't know the value of a dollar and are completely spoiled and disrespectful to everyone around them. There are also other people that were born and raised in very rich families who have never had to struggle with money that are the nicest, most grounded, most considerate people I've ever met. Money is not the definition of what your life will be like.
Mhm.
Having it or not having it. Like, it is about learning how to treat a human being, with decency, and she was raised with really good, grounded parents. She has worked very hard for her career. It was not handed to her. So, okay, maybe she doesn't know what it's like to, be like, oh, how am I going to budget out this measly paycheck for the next 2 weeks? But she does know what it's like to have, like I said earlier, 80 million other pressures that she needs to worry about on a daily basis.
Mhm.
I understand what the person was trying to say. Yeah, she doesn't know the struggles that we have, but once again, I say we don't know the struggles that she has, and that doesn't make, like, her a bunch of, massively more privileged than us, just because she has different struggles. Like, I just think people need to think before they speak a little.
Yeah. Yeah, which is why I kind of disagreed with the article as a whole. I don't know. It's a very...
it is something interesting to think about in terms of the fact that, like, there are things that,
Sure.
in our life that she will never understand, but I don't think that's, like, but I think that in itself
Can't hold that against her.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, like, that's true, but it's not something, like, that's meant to be, that should be a diss or an insult, or, like, you know what I mean? It's like saying, to me, that's like saying, oh, my favorite color might be red, but yours is purple. Okay. Is it bad that yours is purple?
Right,
like,
Mhm.
It's one thing to, like, make a statement, it's another thing to form some kind of judgment based on that statement that really shouldn't be a judgment. And that's kind of what I think the article did. I think it was,
Right.
it's an interesting statement to make, but I think there's a difference between making a statement and making judgments based on that statement.
Right. Mhm. And I think people can misconstrue this article and kind of hold it negatively against Taylor too. So, which people often like to do. So, I feel like, I don't know, overall it was a mediocre piece of...
I just think it would have been much better as a thought-provoking fact piece than a piece that ended up becoming bias.
Right, exactly right. So, I don't know.
But it was an interesting read nonetheless.
It was.
I thought worth bringing up. If you guys have any thoughts on any of this, send us, by all means, let us know.
Okay, so, moving on. Next, we have our Taylor quote of the week. So, this week, the quote that we have, she says, "If I had the girls in front of me now who got up and left the lunch table when I sat down in 4th, 5th, or 6th grade, they did it a million times, I'd give them hugs. The biggest lesson of all is that I never want to make anyone else feel that way."
I feel like, having Taylor quotes that sort of mention, like, her past and bullying and everything is kind of a bit of a theme on this show, but I don't think it's a bad one.
I don't think so either, yeah.
I think that there's never going to be a time when I don't have something to say about this kind of quote and this kind of, like, issue.
It's great. It shows Taylor's true character, so it really shows a lot of class when she says things like this.
It does, and it shows, like, I just think it's something that is incredibly important to keep in mind, because as we were just saying earlier, okay, the article we were just discussing mentioned that she had a lot of vastly different experiences than us, right? However, quotes like this remind us that she has had some of the same experiences that some of us have had too.
Absolutely.
Just because they were a while ago doesn't make them any less valid.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And it's not like, being in middle school is the only bullying that she's ever exposed to. Last night, that we were talking about with the Westboro people, that's bullying, is it not?
No, it definitely is.
Like, that, it's not like she doesn't know what that's like. And it's like I was saying when we were discussing that, of course she had a ton of people in her corner, and I'm not her, so I don't know, but I would just imagine that it's just the behavior itself that is just kind of a little disheartening, And I think that's definitely how I feel about, bullies today. Like, I went through it once when I was a kid, and I go through it now as an adult in certain ways, and I guess to me, I just, it's never like what is said, or what what people try to say to you that's hurtful. It's more of the action. It's the fact that people purposely try to put yourself down to feel better about themselves. Or, hold on, let me restate that. It's more the fact that people purposely try to put you down to feel better about themselves. It's the action, not the words, that, like, tend to get on my nerves, I guess. And I think that Taylor just makes an excellent point. Every single time that she has a quote like this, it really helps me put, the things that I go through in perspective, because it really kind of reminds me that, as personal as it feels, it's not. Does that make any sense?
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it helps out a lot of people in the same way.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons I love Taylor is I feel like, whenever I'm having some kind of struggle, there's always something that she has said or done that kind of, like, helps me put things in perspective and deal with them better. Like, she just has an amazing way with words in both songwriting and in just talking. And I love the fact that she is the type of person who, says exactly this. She's like, if I met these people that were mean to me, I'd give them a hug and say thank you. Like, that's, because, it really does help you understand that, like, what these people are doing, A, they're doing for their own reasons, not because you did anything to them. And B, it's like, it does kind of make you realize that, the best way to deal with it, like, getting angry at them back isn't gonna do anything for you. Like, what Taylor does is she takes, like, her hurt feelings and her experiences and she writes songs about them, right? Mm-hmm. That's, like, how she deals. She takes something negative and turns it into something positive for herself. Well, I can definitely sit here and say that I've taken that lesson from her, and, I take my life experiences and I write them into my novels. And doing that has helped me a lot in just sorting out a lot of things in my life, and I sort of have her inspiration to thank for that.
Kind of makes me have a lot more respect for Taylor. Like, even, more than I already had, I should say, I guess, whenever she has quotes like these. It's really just like a classy, mature move to, basically, come out and say it. Confront the people like this and, basically forgive them like that. So, just very, very classy move.
She needs to put out, like, a quote of the week.
She needs to do that.
Oh yes, she should have like a little Taylor podcast of her own, where
I'm Taylor, and this is my quote for the week.
Seriously though, like, she should just have her own little, like, 10-minute a week inspirational little podcast where she's just like, "Hey fans, here's what I've learned today."
No, but seriously though, like, everything she says is, like, so thought-provoking.
Yeah, she really does, yeah.
I'm a couple of years older than her, and I realize that, but, like, at the same time, like, I feel like she has these methods of dealing with things and ways of handling things that have really, like, helped me.
And like I said, I think that a lot of people kind of benefit from that, too. I think a lot of people really take her words to heart, so, yeah. Kudos to you, Taylor.
Yeah, they do, and, that goes back to another thing I was saying earlier, which is how she is very conscious of how she presents herself to other people and to, like, her fans and everything. And it's like, the way that I view her quotes like this is, like, they're first and foremost for herself, but, like, she creates, these solutions to her problems for herself, but then she takes it upon herself to have the responsibility to share those lessons with everybody else, which is, I know that there are some celebrities that basically say, well, I didn't ask to be a role model, it's not my problem. Like, I know that's not exact verbatim quote, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Right,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
There are some celebrities that have literally stated that they don't care about their role model status. And that's like, it's not, quote unquote, not my job to raise your kids or something like that. And, like, Taylor understands that, because of the career that she did choose, like, she is a role model. and she does tend to make decisions and make statements that she knows are going to help people because they've helped her. Sorry, I just have a lot to say on subjects like this.
That's okay. So moving on, now we're going to announce some fan projects. So, Ashley, do you want to start us off?
This is a new one that was submitted this week. It's a Taylor-inspired album that a fan named Joe is making for her. And he said, I've been working for more than 2 years on a special gift for Taylor. And I thought about what that gift should be. I knew it must be something original, creative, and able to show all my feelings for Taylor. Then, considering the fact that my greatest passion in life is writing songs, I came out with the idea for the perfect gift for Taylor. It's a 13-song album written entirely by me, featuring 13 original songs composed especially for Taylor, and it's called You, Me, and My Guitar. So that's really cool, and he has the first single that he uploaded on YouTube, and we can definitely link that on our website. And he says that Swifties will notice that it has a lot of characteristics of Taylor's music and lyrical style that he thinks that other fans will like. And he basically just wants help like spreading the word so that maybe Taylor can become aware of the gift.
That'd be cool. And the video
That'd be
actually
really
is
awesome.
pretty cool.
I mean, that's something that obviously took a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, definitely. I think he said something like over 90 hours. Something like that.
Ooh.
So, of just on the video, I think, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so you guys definitely should go check out that first single video and, just, I guess, help spread the word. Because something like that, that takes so much time to do should definitely, I'm sure Taylor would really appreciate it. The next one is the State of Grace show, which we mentioned for a couple of episodes, and I think this is really, really cool. A fan on Taylor Connect is organizing auditions for a Taylor Swift-inspired musical that she's writing called State of Grace. The planning is still in its early stages, so right now she's asking fans who like singing and who would want to take part to email a sample of their singing, either a YouTube link or a SoundCloud or even just a WAV or MP3 file that they can download, to stateofgraceshow@hotmail.com. Or if you have another skill that you feel like would be useful in the making of something like this, just email her and let her know that you're interested in helping out, and maybe she'll set you up with a job.
Have you submitted yet for that?
Oh, no, but I thank you for reminding me. I'll do that. I will, yeah.
I think it's a really cool idea.
It is a cool idea.
Our next project is the Tay Times, a Taylor Connect magazine that a fan is putting together. And basically, it's going to feature reports, interviews, performance and music updates and tour updates and things like that, all of course about Taylor. And she's looking for fans who are interested in contributing. And basically, if you want to contribute to the magazine in any way, whether it's reporting or you want to submit songs or graphics or short stories, you can send all of those in to Tay_news13 on Twitter, or email taytaynews13@yahoo.com.
Alright, our next project is the Love, Love, Love Teapot. And this one's a really cool project. Basically what they're doing is they have this teapot that they want fans to submit a bunch of basically all kinds of things, like notes, gifts, letters, stories, guitar picks, anything else that you think Taylor might like to get as a gift. And then they're going to take these and throw these into this huge, this cat teapot. So it's very, very cool. So then what they're going to do is they're going to give it to a member of her crew, hopefully get it to Taylor, at the Tacoma, Washington concert. So that concert's on August 31st. So if you would like to submit for that, then you should probably do it pretty soon. You can message Just Stay Beautiful on Taylor Connect, and they'll give you more details. So that one's a very cool project. That'd be a really cool gift for Taylor. So.
And our last one is the Swiftie Baking Book. A fan is making a baking book inspired by Taylor songs and wants your help. And basically it's going to be a Shutterfly book. And she wants cake recipes, cookie recipes, cupcakes, and stuff for Taylor themed stuff, examples naming a cupcake recipe a Back to December cupcake or something like that, which I think is really cute. That'd be adorable. They can always make a red velvet cake as the red cake. Okay, that wasn't that creative, but I tried. And anyway, she's gonna try and get the book to Taylor during the Red Tour, and she if you want to submit a recipe, you can also submit that along with your name and any message that you want her to write to Taylor for inside the book. If you want to send in a recipe, you can send it in to It's hoang.christie@gmail.com. The spelling of that is HOANG period KRISTIE @ gmail.com, and that'll also be on our website, so you can just go and look it up from there if you want. Again, it's with your name, a message to Taylor, and a high-quality picture of the product and the recipe. So, I guess she only has, a certain number of spaces that she's going to have available for recipes, so you definitely want to get yours in as soon as you can.
All right, so that was a lot of awesome fan projects. If you guys have any fan projects that you want to submit, you can contact us and let us know. So we'd be happy to share with everyone what your awesome ideas are. So, well, moving on, next we have our Taylor Dictionary word.
This word is submitted by @xcomebackswift on Twitter, and the word is swearin'.
Yes!
Which, if you're not familiar, basically just refers to the collaboration between Taylor and Ed Sheeran.
I love everything swearin'. Seriously, I love them together so much as artists. They can come up with the best songs, and they're so funny when they perform together. They are such a great little, performance duo. And they're hilarious in person, too.
I'm just waiting for them to release those songs that Ed supposedly has. Well, not on his phone anymore, but his computer or whatever it is now. But yeah, I'm very excited to hear any of those songs.
It was actually really funny. There was this video released on YouTube last week, and it was Taylor had taken Ed to this restaurant and made him do something called the ice cream challenge.
Oh, the ice cream challenge.
Yeah, the ice cream challenge. But the video was a total creeper video.
Was.
Somebody from that just happened to be sitting a few tables over for them, was trying to slyly take this video on their iPhone. And at a couple of points, you can see Taylor look over and smile like she knew exactly what they were doing. She knew that they were videotaping it, and she would just kind of look over and be like, "Yep, I see you there. You're not that sly."
I got to give props to Ed for finishing that. He actually did finish the ice cream challenge, got his picture up on the wall. So
yes.
It was something like 8 scoops of ice cream and 10 toppings or something like that, and some ridiculous amount of ice cream.
Oh my god. Ouch.
They have so many fun adventures together.
They do. That's why I love them.
I also heard one of the girls that was there, she goes, I guess Ed went in the bathroom afterwards to kind of, to throw it up. He got a little sick afterwards, and the girl, I guess, was so excited. She goes, "What do I do? Ed's in the stall next to me, throwing up." And then she ended up getting her picture with him, right as he was wiping his mouth or something like that. It was kind of gross. But...
that's awkward as hell.
Yeah, I was like,
that's so awkward.
I was cracking up. Yeah.
Poor guy.
I'll probably never forget it.
That sounds like something Ed would do. That sounds very Edish. They're absolutely hilarious. I love watching them hang out together. They're so funny. So go Swearin'! I fully support all the musical and friendship adventures of Swearin'.
All right. So if you, like we said before, if you want to submit to any of our mini segments, or just tell us what you think of the show, you can give us your opinions on anything, good or bad, whatever you want. There are so many ways to keep in touch with us. Like we said, if you can just remember Swiftcast 13, you are golden. I mean, you can reach us on our website, swiftcast13.com. Reach us on Twitter, twitter.com/swiftcast13. Facebook.com/swiftcast13, TaylorConnect.com/swiftcast13, Swiftcast13.tumblr.com, Swiftcast13.wordpress.com, Swiftcast13@gmail.com, and this one will throw you for a loop a little bit, cafepress.com/swiftcaststuff if you want to buy any of our products. So yeah, basically just remember Swiftcast13, and you can find us. So, all right. So, finally, we're going to get to our giveaways here. Belle, why don't you start us off?
Alrighty. Speaking of that person that doesn't have any Taylor merch that should be entering our giveaways. Hi. Currently, we have an iTunes giveaway going on. All you gotta do to qualify is go on our iTunes page, rate us 5 stars, and leave us a review. We are keeping the contest open until we get 50 reviews, and then we'll pick a winner at random to win a pack of red guitar picks and a red sticker. Basically, rating us and leaving us reviews is really helpful for us because it ranks us, higher on iTunes and makes it easier for other Swifties to kind of find us or stumble across us. So, yay, you want to help other people find us, right? Because you want to let other people listen to our rambling.
I hope.
We hope so. We hope you like us. So, that's, it helps us out, and also helps us, it's another way that you can let us know what you think of the show. If there's something that you really like that we do, if there's something that you'd like to see us doing that we're not doing, leaving us a review is also a great way to kind of communicate with us as well. So do it, and you're automatically entered in the contests.
Yay. So our next giveaway that we sort of hinted at earlier in the show, as we know, Taylor really, really wants to win the VMAs that she's nominated for this year. So in order to help her get more votes and just encourage you guys to vote, we've started a giveaway where you can vote as many times as you want, and then each time send us a screenshot showing that you voted, and that puts you in a drawing to win a copy of the We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together single. So all you have to do is either tweet or email us the screen cap, and every time you vote and send it gives you another entry, and we'll be picking one at random from all the entries, and the contest will end when the voting ends, which is on August 12th.
That's a really cool prize, too.
Yay. So that's exciting. So definitely vote your butt off.
All right, so like I said earlier, just be sure to follow us on Twitter. During the week of the 13th, we have our monthly giveaways. So, like I said, it's a great way to keep in contact with us and to find out what we'll be giving away. So, we also play random trivia games on Twitter occasionally. So, we play for prizes. So, if you guys kind of keep an eye out for that, and it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, you should come check us out.
Be sure to like us on Facebook to be eligible for future Facebook contests. It's also really a good way to keep in touch with us. We let you know when we are doing giveaways, and we let you know when new episodes come out and stuff. So if you like us on facebook.com/Swiftcast13, you're automatically entered whenever we do an exclusive Facebook contest. So go like us, because we like you.
All right, so what another great episode 17.
Woohoo!
That was exciting.
We had a lot of Taylor opinions.
We did.
We did. So if you guys want to, if there's anything that you want to submit to follow up on any of our discussions, you should.
Absolutely.
Because we'd love to hear your opinions along with our own.
We're getting that much closer to episode 22.
All right.
We are. It's only a couple away.
Wonder if anything exciting might be happening on that episode.
So there's a pretty good chance.
I don't know. I don't know.
Chance,
maybe
actually.
something awesome will happen for 22.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
You'll
just have to wait
Our
and
hints
find
are so
out.
subtle.
Guess we'll just have to keep listening.
All right, so for episode 17, this has been Nate.
Ashley.
And Bill.
All right, see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye, we love you.
Peace out, Swift Scouts.
We are in no way directly affiliated with Taylor Swift.